why the groomer myth will not die. Conservative politicians and commentators loosely and frequently accuse opponents of being groomers and pedos. It's an ugly slur that conservatives use to target gay and trans people, and really anyone who advocates for gay and trans rights, or simply a more civil and open society where gay and trans people can live their lives openly and freely. Although this all seems unhinged, it is not unprecedented. In the 1960s and 70s, conservative opponents of school integration, women's rights, and LGBTQ+ rights coalesced around a similar narrative. They wrapped concerns about social and cultural change in a grim warning that America's children were the target of gay people who aimed to recruit and abuse them. In many cases, it worked. It set back LGBTQ+ rights in many states and localities and effectively stalled efforts to pass an equal rights amendment, and Florida seemed always at the center of the fight. In 1977, country and western singer Anita Bryant, a resident of Miami, Florida, spearheaded a successful effort to overturn standard civil rights protections for gays and lesbians. Her organization, Save Our Children, played heavily into nationwide fears of a child pornography epidemic. The hype was purely fanciful, but it proved resonant. Okay.
Speak up.
Get me started.
Yeah?
Okay.
First, I've been hearing, as I read this, I had nasty flashbacks to the days of my remote youth at age 11, hearing the Anita Bryant joke thrown at me. And for those of us of a certain age who might remember Soap, the Jody references thrown at me. I also had a flashback to when I would march in the gay pride marches, and I'd be here till I crossed the doorstep of St. Patrick's Cathedral and went. In any event, I am wondering for myself, because I know this is a PTSD kind of reaction and a re-traumatization type reaction to our points earlier about why aren't we fighting. I have to wonder, speaking just for myself, because I can't speak for anybody else here, how much people have been frozen, because I have women who are blessed to trust me with the fact that they are abuse survivors. I have them on speed dial to make sure I'm not going crazy, and every single one, last one of them has said to me, yeah, you know what you're talking about. So, I mean...
Look,
Go ahead.
no, go ahead.
I was just going to say that's very real, I think. I think the things that you've been through, your past traumas, I think is very real. I'm glad you're staying in a community and connected to other people who can validate those feelings for you and help you get through that time. And I think when you need to take a rest, you should take a rest. And I think the rest of us need to go out and fight.
Right.
Like, calling someone a pedophile is a very, very serious charge.
But, and we know,
I mean, we have professions, we have jobs, we have families. You cannot just lob these really.
The right wing is now using that word to use it for sport. They want to basically, and also every accusation is a confession. You know,
That's true.
You know, every time, just someone
about the Lieutenant Governor of Tennessee. Have you heard this story?
Oh, no, not yet. But I know. Oh, no, I know what you're talking about. But I actually also was talking about a former librarian and a QAnon fanatic sprayed painted groomers on the wall of a public library. He just got caught for having child porn.
of course.
Of course.
So, like I said, every projection, every
Yes.
accusation is actually confession.
Well,
Yeah, the pedophiles that exist are far more in the heterosexual world than in the homosexual world.
And the frightening thing is that here we are again in Florida, where miserable failure and rancid orange juice queen, Anita Bryant, who also happens to have a lesbian granddaughter, she was doing that whole save the children thing. It's this repetition of this save the children,
and which
protect the children.
Which children
Yeah, why are we not saving the LGBT?
That's right. Well,
Which is what we're trying to do, right?
But hopefully, the mastermind, Casey DeSantis, and her hand puppet Ron will suffer the same fate as Bryant, including a nice cream pie facial.
I love cream pie. I mean, never mind.
Oh, different God damn.
Yeah, different kind.
show,
Yes.
Sorry.
I think people have to remember, I think that they have to remember that, you know, libel is real. I think that we have to start to really hold people account for these things. I think because they don't have the numbers on their side.
No.
These things aren't true. And I think that we have to, you know, people can practice whatever religion they want, but they cannot use the religion as a weapon against us. Their religion doesn't give them more rights than yours or mine.
They think it does.
Well, and it doesn't matter. They can think whatever they want, but it doesn't. You know, we have to make that very clear, right?
I think it bears repetition, and I'm going to grossly misquote this, but the point is, you know, silence only helps the oppressor.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, you know, you said it earlier, you know, we're one small voice, but, you know, our allies need to step up too. Because, you know, they won't be the ones shoved into the gas chambers, we will be.
Back to silence.
It equals death, right? It's an echo.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
LGBTQ plus news is vital for our community and for the broader world as a whole. We have enough enemies at Fox News. Tucker, Sean, and Laura are loud. We need passionate allies. Happening Out television network, Queer News Tonight, and It's Happening Out are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. Our community needs your support. Like this broadcast and subscribe now to ensure the growth of the entire LGBTQ plus community.